How to plan for debt-free Christmas gift giving even on a low budget. Strategies coming your way next. Hey guys, we're talking debt-free Christmas gift giving today, and all of the forms that I'm about to show you, you can get your own copy. They're available for absolutely free. Look for the link in the description of this video. If you're unfamiliar with me, I'm Hope from Under the Median. My husband and I raised our 4 sons debt-free, including paying cash for this home when our income averaged under $40,000 a year. So we got really good at saving money in every area of our budget, including Christmas. Christmas gifts are such an important part of the Christmas season, and I'm going to tell you today how you can actually save more on Christmas gifts this season. Hey, let's start with your actual gift budget. Gifts are inevitably the largest part of your Christmas budget. So the first thing that you need to do is create a master list of everybody that you are going to give a gift to. And so think long and hard. Who are those people that you're likely to maybe accidentally forget? They're people that you really want to express appreciation for, and you want to make sure that you don't leave anybody off of your list. Think about like your postal worker. I love that my postal worker keeps bringing me my mail every day, and he's happy every day, regardless of whether it's cold or hot outside. He's a great guy. So yeah, of course you want to express appreciation to people like that. How about the teachers that educate your children? How about your hairdresser? You really want to let your hairdresser know that you appreciate him or her. I'm just saying. So all of those people need to go on this list. So brainstorm this list really carefully as you make it. The second thing that I want to tell you is as you're making this list, this needs to be a prioritized gift list. Now, what do I mean by that? First of all, I actually fill these out in pen just because the camera sees the pen better than pencil. Normally, when I'm filling this out for myself, I am filling out strictly in pencil the first time because I want to make sure that if I need to rearrange the list, it's super easy to erase and then put them in the correct order. When you are creating a prioritized gift budget, you are deliberately putting the people that you are going to spend the most money on at the top of your list. So automatically up here at the top, the people you spend the most on, mom, dad, your children, I just put arbitrarily $50 each in there. Aunt and uncle, $30, grandpa and grandma, $30, because I wanted to show you that as you go further down the list, these amounts in the third column get less and less and less. So down at the bottom, you'll have the people that you're maybe only spending $5 or $10 a piece on. Now, why is that important? Are the people at the bottom of the list any less important than the people at the top of the list? No, I'm not saying they are less important. I'm saying you're spending less money on them. This is important because if you find yourself in a really tight Christmas budget situation, I'm going to give you some tips and strategies as to how you can use this prioritized list and deliberately group people together in order to create some gifts for them that will ultimately lower this amount in the third column and still allow you to express appreciation to those people at Christmas time. And unfortunately, if your budget's super tight, you want to take a long, hard look at the people on this list and say, who can I either cut their name or cut back the amount that I am spending per person. But when it's arranged so that the people at the top you're spending the most on and the people at the bottom you're spending the least on, it makes it super easy to figure out where your money is going and figure out how to trim the amount in this third column if you have it already arranged in a prioritized fashion. Now, the other thing that the prioritized list allows me to go, I sort of alluded to it just a second ago. It allows me to look at the people all the way at the bottom of the list and figure out if those people have commonalities. So let's say I have 10 people at the bottom of my list and I'm intending to spend about $5 per gift for those 10 people. What I do is I literally take a marker, doesn't matter what color marker it is. And out here in this column, I will make kind of a mark, brackets that tells me those people are all grouped together. Now, when I group them together, what that means for me is that I am going to create a fun, interesting, unique, amazing DIY gift for those people. So when I am planning my DIY gift or I'm buying supplies, I know exactly how many supplies I need to buy right away because those people are all grouped together in one portion of my list and they are bracketed with a special color marker, okay? So that allows me to buy all the supplies, set them all out on the table in an assembly line fashion, and then one Saturday before Christmas, we call it DIY Saturday, everybody, all hands on deck, everybody on board, and they will help assemble and put together those DIY gifts. Now, in just a little bit, I want you to hang with me because I am going to give you some ideas for DIY gifts, all right? So that's what you need to know right now about the prioritized gift budget. And then all the way down here at the bottom in the final square, you're going to write total, and you're going to total up everything in this third column and write the total right down there at the bottom. Once again, I am such a visual person. I write my total in a different color marker because I want that total to stand out to me. Because look, if your total for your gift budget is more than you can really afford or more than you want to spend, it's really hard to ignore that fact when you have it in bright red marker right in front of your face at the bottom of a list. Because if you are uncomfortable with that amount, that tells you a couple of things. It either tells you that you are spending too much on the gift portion of your Christmas budget and you need to cut it back, or it tells you that you need to take some efforts to cut back in other areas of your budget so that you can put more money toward the Christmas budget. If you feel really firm in your mind, okay, this says $550 down at the bottom here, and although I'm uncomfortable with it, I feel like I just really don't want to cut anybody back. I just really feel like that's the amount I need to spend. If that's the case, you need to make sure that you have that money in hand and you have it set aside so that you do not make the mistake of swiping that credit card or swiping that debit card, and then you are automatically putting yourself in a position where in January and February and March and maybe beyond that, you are figuring out how to cut money back from other areas of your budget so that you can send payments away every single month to the credit card company to pay for what you spent on Christmas. And we want to avoid that. Here's the next Christmas gift strategy, and it has to do with the next form that is in that absolutely free ebook on Christmas gifts. This form allows you to strategize gifts that you think would be perfect for every person on your gift list. Here's a common mistake. You wind up with this really great budget and you're happy with it, and then you put off buying Christmas gifts. And for whatever reason, you wind up the last 3 or 4 days before Christmas. I have been there. I have been there so many times. Can I get an amen? Somebody tell me in the comments if you have been in this situation too. You realize, oh my gosh, Christmas is 5 days away and there's no way that my gift spending is even remotely done. I have gifts for like 30% of the people on my list and the rest of the people aren't covered. And you will wind up doing exactly what I did for years. You will wind up going to the stores, making the rounds without any plan, without any list, and with not enough money. And you will wind up doing exactly what I did, looking at gifts that are way too much money for your budget, shaking your head, throwing them into the cart anyway, swiping that card and figuring out later how you are going to pay for it. But here is a great way that you can honestly avoid that. Use this form and use it much earlier in the season. Part of the reason we wind up doing exactly what I just said is because we don't have a clue what we're going to buy for people or what they would even like. So use this form. Fill in here the name of the person you're looking for, their hobbies and interests, their favorite colors, any additional information that is going to help you buy a gift for that person. Just keep your ears and eyes open, and you will come up with lots of ideas for every person on your list that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt they're going to like what you get them because they're interested in those things. Fill this out very, very early in the season. And then as you fill out, as things occur to you, write gift ideas down here. You don't have to necessarily even know exactly where you're going to get it from. This is sort of a brainstorming sheet that allows you to come up with a half a dozen gift ideas for each person on your list. Then it is so super easy to grab this sheet, which you've already filled out, right? And then match up those gift ideas with what you can afford to get that person based on the budget that you have set for every person on your list. By doing this, you are going to be able to look ahead of time for gifts that are great bargains, that are on sale, that are clearance gifts much earlier in the season that you can buy and you can stash away somewhere until it is time for Christmas and to wrap those gifts and get them ready to give away. So that is the way that you can stretch that gift budget to include more people and to find gifts that those people will actually really, really appreciate. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and all the tips and strategies, give it a thumbs up and give it a share. Hey, I would love to know from you, what are your strategies? What do you do in order to stretch that Christmas budget and make sure that you are paying cash for Christmas, especially when it comes to gifts? What are your favorite gifts to give? And what are the favorite gifts that you have received through the years that were super meaningful gifts? Somebody clearly put a lot of time and effort into creating the gift for you, and you love it. One of mine was, honestly, those bean bags that are filled with rice, and you can heat them up in the microwave. And if you have a child with an upset stomach or your neck is hurting, you can heat them up in the microwave and drape it around your neck or put it across a sick child's tummy or something. Oh my gosh. A friend of mine made one for me years ago, and I have used it over and over and over again. Now, don't forget, if you're loving these forms and you're loving the strategies that I'm sharing, they are all included in this debt-free Christmas gift planning guide. It's absolutely free, and there's a link to request it in the description of this video. So DIY, super, super important thing to be able to do if you are trying to stretch your Christmas gift giving budget. The last two forms, I'm just going to skew them a little bit here so you can sort of see what they are. Christmas gift ideas for $10 or less. I have one sheet that gives you 20 DIY projects that you may want to try, and then I'm going to see if I can remove this. There I can. And I give you 12 themed gift baskets that you can put together easily, especially if you have a Dollar Tree near you. Everything at Dollar Tree is $1, and it makes it so easy to put together themed gift baskets to give away as Christmas gifts. And remember that when you request the freebie, it's actually 7 pages of forms, and it's absolutely free. Be sure to leave your comments in the comments section of this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to Under the Median.